Today, we're diving into an anime that even 3 decades later continues to captivate, confuse, and inspire millions of people all over the world. Neon Genesis Evangelion. I mean, think about it. 30 years ago, this one series just completely redefined what anime could be. It took the classic giant robot idea and turned it into something that left a permanent mark, not just on anime, but on pop culture as a whole.
And that's really the big question we're digging into here. Why, after all this time, is it still being analyzed, celebrated, and debated with so much passion? Because as you know, it's so much more than just a show about giant robots fighting aliens. It's a true phenomenon, and it's worth taking a closer look, especially right now.
To celebrate 3 whole decades, the franchise has rolled out this absolutely massive, worldwide celebration. And that right there shows you its relevance hasn't faded one bit. The scale of these events is just wow. It's a real testament to its enduring power.
Okay, check out this number, 110,000 yen. That's roughly $700. And that's the price of the new definitive Blu-ray collection. You know, a price tag like that, it tells its own story, doesn't it? It speaks volumes about the incredible dedication of the fan base, who are willing to invest that heavily to get the ultimate version of the series.
And when you actually look at the details, you totally get why. This is not some simple re-release. It's the most complete, most comprehensive collection ever put together. We're talking 28 discs that cover every single piece of animated Evangelion media. The original TV show, the movies, the rebuilds, the final film, all of it, right here in one definitive package.
And this celebration is not a one-and-done deal. It spans an entire year. It all kicks off with that huge Blu-ray box. Then it continues with a massive retrospective exhibit. It hits a high point with a 3-day festival, and it even keeps going into the future with brand new interactive experiences.
This really just drives home the sheer commercial and cultural power of the franchise. It's not just about sitting down to rewatch the show. It's a completely immersive experience. From sold-out symphony concerts every year and the biggest exhibit of production materials ever, to a new extended reality game, and of course, countless brand collaborations.
But you know, this whole celebration, it's about so much more than just merchandise and events. To really understand why people are willing to pour so much of their time and money into this, we have to look deeper. We have to get into this series' incredibly dense psychological core.
Right from the very beginning, Evangelion was using these complex, philosophical ideas to explore its themes. A perfect example is the Hedgehog's dilemma. It's this powerful metaphor for how the characters desperately crave connection, but at the same time they're terrified of the vulnerability and the potential pain that comes with getting close to someone.
And we see this perfectly in the protagonist, Shinji Ikari. That famous mantra he repeats over and over. It's not just about him trying to find the courage to pilot a giant robot. It's an existential battle against his own deep-seated feelings of worthlessness, his trauma of being abandoned, and his paralyzing fear of being rejected.
This brings us to one of the show's most brilliant central metaphors, the AT field. So in the series, it's a literal shield. But on a deeper level, it's this incredibly elegant symbol for the emotional walls that, let's be honest, we all build around ourselves to keep other people out.
The series is so psychologically rich that it's widely seen as this complex exploration of trauma, identity, and just the human condition. It's actually become a subject of serious academic study, being analyzed through the lens of everything from Freudian psychoanalysis and Jungian archetypes to modern trauma studies.
And this psychological depth, it extends to all the characters. Take Asuka Langley Soryu, her aggressive pride, her desperate need to be the absolute best. It's all a mask for a deep, deep self-loathing. It's all rooted in some severe childhood trauma and this constant nagging fear of being abandoned or seen as worthless.
Okay, but all of this intense analysis, this deep connection fans have, it all exists in this really fascinating tension with the creator's own and sometimes pretty startling public statements he's made about his own work.
Yeah. In an interview that still sparks debate today, the creator, Hideaki Anno, made this surprisingly dismissive comment. He basically claimed that all that perceived depth was really just for show.
So you have this huge paradox, right? On one side, you've got Anno, who often downplays his work. He even said once that he was confused why the characters were popular. On the other side, you have fans and critics praising it as this brilliant depiction of mental health, a timeless work of art. So what is it, a pretentious fluke, or is the creator just being incredibly self-deprecating? Well, whatever his personal feelings might be, the fact is, 30 years later, Hideaki Anno is still personally guiding this franchise. And the story of Evangelion, it's still evolving in some really surprising new ways.
So the centerpiece of this whole 30th anniversary festival is a completely new, exclusive 13-minute short film. And here's the crucial part. The original creator, Hideaki Anno, is credited with the planning, the script, and the supervision. So this is a direct continuation of his vision.
And it's been confirmed that this hugely anticipated new project is going to focus on Asuka. She's arguably one of the series' most popular, most tragic, and most psychologically complex characters. So getting a new look into her story is a very big deal.
Now, this is a really significant choice. According to Anno himself, Asuka was designed to embody a very different aspect of human connection compared to the other female lead, Rei. Her story represents a whole different kind of desire and relationship, which makes this new chapter a potentially huge addition to the show's ongoing psychological exploration.
And all of this leaves us with one last, big, provocative thought. After 3 decades of analysis, debate, and deep personal connection, who really gets to define what Evangelion is all about? Maybe its greatest power doesn't lie in any single answer, but in its unique ability to keep us talking, to keep these conversations going about art, about identity, and about the very nature of the human condition.